So right now, people, I'm about to get into this little interview on the movie What Goes Around. I got on the line with me live right now one of the stars, one of the big stars of the movie, Mr. Nawad Grant, aka Son, aka Nawad Power, aka whatever else him same name is. So we'll just start build a vibe right about now. Nawad, where you going? Introduce yourself now.
Yeah, I don't know there. No poor. Mr. No Hard Grant. Son Denzel. What's going on, sir?
Alright, so now this movie has been out now for a whole week, almost 2 weeks. And I have to tell you the truth, the reviews, the feedback has been tremendously positive. Tremendously positive, you know what I mean? And what has it been like for you? You in the streets, you traveling, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure you're getting the phone calls, the emails, the Facebook hit ups, the Instagram, all of that. What's up? What they saying?
Well, I mean, so far, I mean, the movie been out for a week, as we said, because the movie dropped on last week, Friday. And the feedback is crazy in the streets. Like, one of the best thing is the movie is a positive vibes. It have a great message. So everybody who watched the movie, that's the feedback here. I'm really getting, like, people is telling me, the movie have a great message to it, a great vibes, and the acting was so crazy. You understand? Like, the acting helped the movie a lot too. So
of course, I mean the acting is the movie. You know what I'm saying? So
nothing fake, people. If you want to see real acting, you have to check out one. I'm not even because I put it like this thing. You see, when I'm telling people about this movie, I don't really like to explain a lot to them. You have certain thing and let's say game speak. So if you see a basketball player, LeBron, and you say LeBron Kobe better than you, LeBron go up on the field and make him game.
yeah.
So when people talk about what goes around and ask about what goes around, I don't really, them always say you have to explain about certain things to sell it. But this movie don't need any explanation. You just need to watch it, and then you're gonna be the one who's gonna come to me or D9 and say, trust me, very good job. You understand?
Yeah.
And that's what I've been getting so far. Like everybody who I even sell a movie to or give a movie to watch or whatever, trust me. They asked me a bunch of questions. I was like, yo, don't ask me nothing. Just watch the movie.
Just watch it.
And then we just get phone call at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, a.m. So we just don't watch it. Trust me, the movie, and it have a lot of laughter to it. It's full of suspense, drama, and it's full of comedy. So people, you have to watch this movie. Trust me.
Yeah.
You can't lose. Buy a book, buy a copy, and you're sure, say, your $10 or whatever you spend, you're going to get your money's worth.
Definitely.
Like what's out right now where people are complaining and say, movie is boring or the movie is fake. Hell no. What goes around?
Instead of guys that are moving, now it's the movie boring or the movie fake because it's organic. This is not the GMO. No GMO acting, no GMO anything. This is organic.
Man, in this movie, TEHUT9 did a great job because he didn't give any of the actors any role that didn't fit them. You understand? You have a lot of stuff out the road and people that take up role in a movie where it don't even fit them, so it looks fake. In this movie, everybody played their own role where that role fit you. You understand?
When I was making this movie, when I was making this movie, when I was writing the script for it, and it was completed, I don't know if you remember when I first was telling you about the character that I wanted you to play, and I said this character is a very, very, very important character. I said, well, I think I told you that they're gonna love you, then they're gonna hate you. I mean, they're gonna feel sorry for you, then they're gonna hate you, and then they're gonna spite you. And that was such a big thing to pull off as an actor, as somebody who'd only done one movie prior to doing What Goes Around. So how did you prepare for this role? How what did how did you prepare for such a big role? Because you basically carried this movie from beginning to end. You know what I mean? With your performance. Your performance was really like, I was very proud of you at the end of the whole thing after putting it together and just looking back at it. I was very proud of you. I'm not not even gonna front. This is no hyperbole or trying to hype you. This is like me. This is real talk. Very proud of you, man. It was a very big task to ask somebody, you know what I mean, to take on, because some people, people saw you in Bashment, and everybody saw you play the bad boy character and everything. A lot of people think that was easy too, you know what I mean. So for you to come from doing that to doing this role where you weren't playing a gangster, you wasn't doing anything like you had done in the previous movie, and to show such range. You know what I'm saying? To show such range in the different emotions you displayed, and the way you held yourself together from A to Z. How did you prepare for that?
Well, I mean, I'm not even gonna talk like I'm no Denzel Washington or
Well, you're Denzel in the movie.
but first I have to say, preparing for this role, you have to give a big credit to the director, which is you, TEHUT9. Because in any movie you're doing, if you don't have a good director, I don't have the right way, because you as the actor, you still need directions. You understand? And when TEHUT9 gave me the script and told me, the role that I'm taking up, I was like, yo, this is a challenge, and I want to take on this challenge, because Bashment was more streets where, I'm doing stuff where even if you forget a line, you can freestyle something, because the movie is streets. Playing this gangster, something where you go around or whatever. So, it was a challenge for me. So I read the script like 3 times, play a role with whoever is next to me. If it's a female or, a male, and try to, read the script, act it out, while I'm preparing to leave New York to go to Florida to the movie. Certain things TEHUT9, guide me with. Then a lot of times me and Sakina, which is Lucille in the movie, we call each other, because the movie really, I'm the lead, she's a lead also, and the two of us is in a relationship, so we call each other, we work on the script with each other, so we did prepare, you understand, like that. And then doing the movie also, like there in front of the camera, that's where the director comes in, where T9 teach me a lot of things and show me what I need to do and how I need to bring off this scene. And I am a very good person when it comes to taking telling. So I'm a great listener. So I listen, follow direction. I don't argue with him. If he say, yo, Noah, this is how I do it. This is the emotion I want. This is how I do it. I try to do it, and if he like it, I saw if I not do it good, he tell me, say, do it this way, and we just do it till we get it. So it has a lot to do with the director, which is Steve TEHUT9. So I give him a lot of credit for that also.
Well, I appreciate that, my brother. I really do appreciate that. I mean, like, the storyline. When you first saw the movie, what was your? I mean, you'd seen the script, you'd actually acted throughout the whole thing, and it had been. I think we started working on the movie in February, and the first screening of it wasn't until August, I believe. What was that the first time you saw the movie in August in Florida, or did you see it when it reached to New York?
New York.
New York.
I saw the movie in.
Yeah. So when you saw it for the first time, I mean, what did you think? What was your what did you think of like the whole
New
thing?
York. Yeah, the full movie in New York. The theater was rammed. You know, I had a lot of family members there, a lot of
Yes.
friends, and to see that you're acting in a movie and people is in the movie theater contemplating like, no man, I him, no man, I him, man, no man, I him.
I mean, like
You
you were already coming off a big successful like embarkment in the movie Bashment. Because I remember when we went to Jamaica. I remember me and this guy traveled to Jamaica. I forgot. I think we went down there for was it Raw Dog funeral?
something.
We went down there and I remember we went into this community, and the little kids circled the bus even when we was going through the airport. Even when we was going to the airport, people was basically like, people that knew you, then we went down. I remember we went down to Tivoli Gardens. That might have been another trip. That was crazy. I mean, so you had already basically made it known to the world. You put the world on notice. Like, look, this guy is not just a sound selector. This guy got real talent. And so people are looking at you, I think very different. But I think this role in this movie is gonna catch a lot of people by surprise because sometimes when you do a thing like after I did Foreign, right, the first movie I did, after I did that one, everybody wanted to see part 2. When you gonna do Foreign 2? After I do Bashment, them want to know when you gonna do Bashment 2, right? Some people even wanted you to come back alive from everything that happened in Bashment. So coming out of that and going into this role, coming out of like you say a street role and going into this role where you playing, I mean, to pull that off was something, man. To pull that off was something, and it's crazy, even
natural talent.
Yeah, very very natural talent. I mean, there's a lot of movies out there that come from the Caribbean, and some of the things that I'm hearing back about the movie is just how well you guys did. How you really captured the essence of the story and brought it to life for people, and made it funny at moments, made it emotional at other moments, made it suspenseful, and that's all a credit to the story, to the acting, to the directing, to everything basically. But a big part of it was I think you, Flipper Mafia and Sakina. You guys really carried that movie from beginning to end and really pulled people in. I mean, we don't want to give away anything about the ending or certain things in the movie, but what has been the feedback from people about the ending? Because that's what I've been getting a lot of phone calls on.
Well, first of all, the people that need to know that when I got the script for this movie, Steve didn't give us the ending of the movie. we got the full script except the end of the movie. This guy said the end of the movie and said, we're not filming the end of the movie until the last shoot. And he's not going to tell us.
Yeah.
He actually told us about the end of the movie the day of the shoot. Like, yo, this is what you're going to do. Like, I'm not going to, because I guess the ending wasn't that crazy with words and stuff. It was just, the shocking moment where, so he's like, okay, I'm not going to tell you because you're going to tell people.
Yeah.
So that's one thing where, like, but people is crazy about the ending, man. Like, everybody, like, last night, this guy called me like 3 o'clock in the morning. I never answered. I was sleeping. So, called me back. Guess he watched the movie. He's like 22 years old. And that's the beauty about this movie, too.
Yeah.
A lot of young guys who you would expect to like all the shooting in a movie love what goes around, and not one shot fired in this movie. Nothing to do with gun, nothing to do with violence. And for a 21, 22, 23, 24, 25-year-old youth loving the story, you understand? That's something. You understand? Because he called me today, like, yo, no, I'm not gonna lie, I respect you. You can't act. Because trust me, when you cry, you feel it. That's so. That's one thing we can say. The youth step love is like just now, a girl, grown ass woman though, you know, with kids. Mm-hmm. She have daughter, she have son, and she texted me just now. I'm gonna read the text for you. I'll let you hear what she said. She said, "I just finished, and this was 8:56 p.m. I just finished watching your movie, and trust me, you did a great job. And the movie is very good and positive. Great job to each and everyone that was a part of the movie."
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's awesome, man. And for people out there that's watching this movie, people that's out there that's watching right now, or you know, you can get the movie. It's available online at www.sunrason.com. That's sunrason.com. I'm gonna put that in the description. So you know, you go on, get it. It's on sale right now for $14.99. If you're in Europe, if you're in the Caribbean, wherever you are in the world, you can order it. You get your copy. We'll ship it out to you. It's also available on Facebook, facebook.com/sunrason/shop. So I'll put all of that in the description. But so the young people are loving this movie. Women, men, it's funny. The acting is really, really off the charts. You know what I mean? The storyline is definitely going to pull you in. You know, right now, all I got to say about this movie is that it's been a journey. A lot of things have happened along the way. You know, during its making, after its making. And so, as a family, you know what I mean? Noah's a part of my family. Like, you know, we've worked on 2 movies now. We have some others slated to do. But as a family, like, you know, we know what we've been through to get to this point right now. So I'm very, very excited. I'm very happy. I know, you know, in my heart of hearts, I feel like this movie is gonna really like be something that people that would change people's life. You know what I'm saying, Noah? Like the message that it's conveying, it's gonna really like, you know, touch people. And I think bring certain people to grips with certain realities that we often find ourselves in, and because it's a relationship movie, you know, it's very relatable. Like if you've been in a relationship, whether past or present, you are going to be able to relate to, you know, the storyline of this movie. You're going to be able to relate to it. So, you know, check it out. Noah, anything else you want to say to the people, Anything else you want to say to the people now?
Well, but that's why many people know, say, yo, just support the movie. It's a great message. And when you watch it, just share the information to other people, friends and family, to go and support the movie. Because I'll let you know right now, for all the parents them out there, if you have any kids, teenager, whatever, that the movie is appropriate to be shown to, it's good to sit them down and let them watch this movie with you, so they can learn a thing or two. Because trust me, Mr. Grown ass man watch this movie and call me the next day and say, yo, you know what, I'm going to the doctor and get a checkup. So people, go watch the movie, and when you buy a DVD and watch the movie, watch it with kids, family, is appropriate to watch with, so they could learn a thing or two. But it's a very good movie, a great movie actually. And trust me, when I remember me telling this sound, I was sitting here, I want a picture, I want an autograph, because this movie is gonna turn me into a bigger star.
Bigger star.
I can feel it and embrace it. You understand? And people, and I'm not hype, I'm not show up. I'm gonna be there and I'm gonna give you all that pictures and that autograph for you want. Blah blah blah. But guess what? You have to buy a movie to get the autograph.
Yeah, so we want to give some shout outs to some people now. We give a shout out to Flipper Mafia who played
Big up
Sylvester.
Flipper, rest in peace to Rada, Ding Dong, Super Twitch, Satina, Kim, Ghost in Jamaica. Adonis, big up yourself. Johnny. Yo, a whole heap of people.
Whole heap of people.
Big up the whole cat.
Rasta Tiba, everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, man, Atiba. Big up T9, my general. I don't know, you teach me a lot when it comes to this acting thing because people, I never went to school for this. You don't know, it's not natural. And then, you know, a little teaching from T9 here and there.
Yes.
And it just come out natural. So people support the movie. Me, I got my bed now. Good night. So, big up the world. What goes around?
To the world.
You know,
alright, my general. Respect. Thanks again.
Yeah.
Alright. So that was my friend, an actor in the movie, Noah Grant. This is him right here. He played Denzel in the movie. Did an excellent job. Again, the movie's available online at my website at sunrasun.com. So you know, check it out, support, get a copy. You know, this movie was independently produced and financed, and I want to thank some of the people that really helped me to get this thing done. I want to thank my business partner and co-producer in the film, Johnny Blacks, of Johnny Blacks Entertainment. I want to thank the executive producer, Winston Haywood, without whom none of this would be possible. I want to thank my good friend who passed away days into making this movie. He was killed in Washington, D.C. My good friend Alton Raw Dog Ashman. You know what I mean? I owe him so much, and I'm so grateful for you know, his inspiration, for his encouragement, for his support. You know what I mean? He was one of the first persons to really, like, you know, gave me any kind of contribution or any kind of encouragement to say, yo, you know, I'm with you, and anything I can do to help you, to help this thing become a reality. And he was a man of his word. You know what I mean? May he rest in peace. I miss you, my friend. You know what I mean? I want to thank also my good friend Drizzle, who came all the way down from North Carolina and helped me to find and get a lot of the locations that we used to shoot. You know, he was such an instrumental part of this project. I want to thank all the actors, you know, all the actors. There's so many actors. I don't know if I remember each and every one of their names, but you know who you are. You know what I mean? Thank you so much for being you know, patient and understanding and just working with me, you know what I mean, and believing in me and never doubting for a second, you know what I mean, what we were trying to accomplish. And it's out now, and there's more to come, you know. So this is my third movie, and you know, I'm always writing, always, you know, plotting things out and you know, just staying motivated. So my next project will be, I'll start doing some pre-production work on it probably in the next month or two, and you know, we'll pull together a team and start to do what we need to do to get the ball rolling on that. But right now it's about what goes around, and I really need the support of my people. I really need the support of my people. If you're out there, if you haven't gotten a copy of this movie yet, please go and support one, get one. It's only $14.99. It's available on my website at www.sunrason.com. I can't even go into how much I've put into this project, and how much it means to me. You know what I'm saying? I wrote it. It took me many months to write it and then rewrite it, and you know, I was just grateful to have some good people in my life and in my corner, people like my business partner, I'm saying, Johnny Blacks, who helped me to you know, overcome a lot of the obstacles and just like make so much of the things that end up becoming realities possible. Um, he also helped to cast the movie, and it's just a big part. And I don't know, man. I can't say thank you enough to him. Winston Haywood again, a great man. You know what I mean? A great man. You know what I'm saying? For those of you who know him, a great man, and I'm really thankful to him as well because he believed in me from the jump, and um, you know helped me to do the impossible as well. So it's out now. It's independently produced, independently financed. Distribution is a mother, but we have to do what we can, and it's up to us to support each other and help to make make our own success, our own success stories. So my people, support if you can. Buy a copy at sunrasun.com. It's also available on Facebook at facebook.com/sunrasun. That's SUNRASON. Facebook.com/sunrasun/shop. And it's available with some of my other products, Bashment, of course. A couple books from myself and my brother Herupata. And again, really appreciate everybody that has supported already. And if you haven't gotten a copy yet, please go get a copy now. Just want to say thank you again to Noah. I do want to talk to some other people, so we're gonna reach out to maybe another actor and see if we could get him on the phone. Rasa Tiba, and then maybe we'll try to get a sister Sakina, who played Lucille, to talk with us for a few minutes, and just get some of their take and some of their feedback on what's going on in the streets and how people are responding and reacting to the movie being out now. So let's see if we get a Tiba on the line. Okay. Rasa Tiba, you're live on the air.
Yes, greetings. This is Rasa Tiba from What Goes Around.
From What Goes Around. Who did it?
Who did it? Yes, that's the catchphrase.
Yes. So Atiba,
God, Atiba.
a lot of people don't know this, but Rasa Atiba is my oldest brother. You know what I mean? My blood brother. He's my oldest brother. He's my first and one of my greatest inspirations, and I'm very, very proud of him. He did a remarkable job in the movie as well, and he's my oldest brother, and I guess it's just natural for me to look up to him and to be proud of him and everything. But he's really like helped me to develop as a person and as an artist. You know what I mean? I started out writing poetry after seeing him performing poetry in the islands in Jamaica, and that was my turn in my that was the ignition switch for me. You know what I mean? That's what got me going, and it's just always been a positive influence in my life. Always been a encouraging and supportive, and I just love him, man. Like I said, it's my oldest brother. I have two other brothers. And Atiba, talk to them about like the process, like what you remember of when we were making this movie.
Well, one thing that I remember is like everybody was so happy, and I was meeting some of the actors for the first time, and it was like, whoa, we knew each other for years, and when you're doing a project, something like this, that some people call low budget, it's not really low budget in the sense of low budget. It's cooperation and input with everybody put in, make it something super. Because this movie, what I'm hearing on the street about this movie, not because I play a part in this movie and my brother is the director and the writer, but we people are saying it's one of the best Jamaican movie them see, and with the acting, the writing, and you just name it. So I must say, when I sit back and I just keep quiet and I hear people, I give out them sound, I have to myself, get work, brother, TEHUT9. Because most of the time when I go there, I don't really connect myself with my brother because I want people to be honest about them views. So I just keep quiet and I just later I make people know say TEHUT9 and I relate, to blood. And the last time we sitting amongst about 20 brethren to watch the movie, I am a Rasta man and virgin them, you have to say Ray and all type of people. So when the movie started, we say, Rasta people, what are you doing type of movie here? Love scene and, erotic vibration. And you see when the movie reach like in the middle, the man is rotted. Whoa, it's educational in the Rasta. And when the movie finish, you're gonna hear one time when I say, me learn this, me learn that, me never know this, me never know that. And one of the beautiful thing the man said, there was no carnage in the movie. See it. And them say them love that. Because most of the time violence and negativity follow most of the move them come out of certain places. And this one was really different. I have heard, parents talking and the way say, yo, the first time them watch it one away. But the second time when them watch it, them call hard and picnic. And you have to sit down and watch this. Because you see right now, these are the real thing we are going out the street. So, as parents, young people, this are the movie where we can really connect to, open discussion. It's about sex, it's about AIDS, it's about sexual transmitted disease, and other ways, and about relationship, or one should really treasure relationship, or one should supposed to go there and take really to the influence. A good person is a good person, and a person who exposed to certain vibration will always try to live it out or try to change. But sometimes you, the individual who definitely possess a positive vibration, can always shine light.
Yes. I mean the movie, when I was writing the movie Atiba,
Yeah.
I was really thinking on multiple levels, like how I wanted to make it relatable to everyday people. You understand what I'm saying? Because a lot of times when you go to the movie theater, it's just like you're going to get suspended from reality. You know what I'm saying? So you're going.
You touch this spot because one time, we be a spot over there watching, I want, arts and that. It's like a elder, Rastafarian, meaning the sister. It's like when she see a scene where the four presidents sitting and a reasonable relationship and one man at the boy. So one man to keep one woman, one man to have more than one woman, and the next person said, no, Rasta, I love my wife and I'm is a family oriented person. And the elder sister say, yes, we support a brotherly view. And the next one can say, yo, we are talk about man are jealous and so you could have seen where the different with them and from the different people who are white to move at the time, the one who share that view there, the one who disagree with that view there. So, TEHUT9, and that's when you got write the movie that tries to bring across certain vibration and really and truly I definitely hear it when the people speak, the different levels.
Yeah. Well, I give thanks for that because, to me, from I started making movies, one of the things that I always try to make a focal point was to tell a good story. You know what I mean? and
Yes.
to tell stories honestly. You know what I mean? To be honest with the stories that you were telling. Like you can make up things. Your imagination can be vast, and you
Yes.
can go in many directions with that. You know what I mean? But you know, when you don't have the capability to sometimes make those imaginative things on the screen like you would,
Yes.
it doesn't make sense to you know go too crazy with that. You know what I mean? You have to come back down to reality and say, all right, well, if I'm gonna make a movie, right, let me make a
Yes.
movie that at least I can make, and not just that I can make, but make it good too. You know, and so sometimes you
Yes.
look at all, you know, it's just like anything else. You know what I mean? They said necessity is the mother of all inventions, right?
Of invention.
So
Yes.
what I love about what goes around is that even though it was made with tens of millions of dollars, you won't
Yes.
be able to tell, you know, what it was made with, because the story is so rich, and then the production, you know, even though it may not be in some people's technical eyes, may not be, you know, the Hollywood standard or whatever, it's so high. You know what I mean? And I'm very proud of that. You know what I mean? There's no dark scenes or shaky cameras, and you know what I mean, the sound is good, and then the acting was so, you know, balanced. Now, you know, I really felt like that all of the actors, for the most part, captured the essence of the story and delivered, you know, their performances, you know, at a very high level. You in particular as well, and talk about your character, who, you know, because you know, the name Ras Atiba, which is the name of the character in the movie, is now the name that you go by, right? And not necessarily the name that you go by. You were going by that name already. So for you
Right.
to you
Yes.
know, talk about that.
Okay. Well. All right. When TEHUT9 decided that he had this, this role or this character that he wanted to play, and I was saying to myself, all right, the poet Rasatiba. All right. Well, we are gonna go Rasatiba. So I think when TEHUT9 think about that character, maybe we're thinking about, this Rasta man now, or this prophet, one man who definitely go out and do him research on a particular topic, and him just come out and him give hint by hint, and then one day he reach a climax, so he just a boom, and say this is it. So that the role I play was definitely to bring people aware and make people must say, all right, listen. A lot of times things happen and we blame it on a particular thing and not knowing the real source or the real knowledge. So when you put it on a particular intent, based upon where we that talk was not a story like in 1987, and the bifurcated vaccinated niggas were tainted. And we have to say, in this particular region in Africa, is that, and then that moving them what goes around. So if you infect some people in this region, and then people move from this region, go to that region, they find out the isolation, them can't from right, so it's going there. So they think that what goes around comes around.
Yes.
So a lot of people now out there now and them have casual sex, not knowing say, okay, this thing's really serious.
Mm-hmm.
And even as Africans, black people, we have to understand say, listen me, if we don't educate ourselves and do the right thing, you find that say we'll have a lost generation. And only way we can protect ourselves and safeguard ourselves is through proper education.
Mm-hmm.
So when I play this role, yes, it definitely I go make people think, make people have a question, make people even go out, I will even try to find the article, I will do the research.
Mm-hmm. So you are you getting a lot of that from the people in your circle that have seen it? Like, is that one of the sentiments that you're getting back about how about that particular scene that you're talking about? How what's people's reaction? Which scene or
Well,
what?
at first they when I was introduced, the early part when I was introduced in the movie, I was going around like this crazy guy thing, who did it, who WHO, and it is an acronym. So after we start to give them the whole detail, so the finally say it's a for those World Health Organization. So you find out, and say, oh shit, this is deeper than what even the rock even up on the surface.
Alright. Well,
So,
we don't want to give it
yes,
too much of the too. We don't want to give it too much rest. Me stick up in because we want people to see it, to experience it.
yeah.
You understand? but you can't continue without, you know what I'm saying? Without going into too many specifics, so that you don't steal the experience from someone who is going to watch it for the first time.
True. So, yeah, so really and truly, I would say my experience, that was like my major acting role.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to give thanks for that,
Mm-hmm.
because that has opened more doors for I and I. And I definitely will come up with other things, in the
Yes.
future.
Yes.
Yeah, like we have some comedy to come forward,
Yes.
and
Yes.
some other things.
And I just want to tell people, put them on notice from now. I just finished speaking with Noah, and he had
Yeah.
what do you think about his performance? Let me get that from you. What did you think of Noah's performance in the movie?
All right.
Denzel.
Well, knowing Noah as the actor, we started out, the road boy, seeing them, and so this really show a different side of Noah, and it show his act on another level, because three-dimensional, approach to his role when played make Noah, to me, one of them youth there we have to really lift your heart to. Knowing when start out and to how him really act in this movie, we have say yes, more power.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a great job from the director also.
Give thanks for that, my general.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna talk to Sakina next. We're gonna be talking with her hopefully tonight, and just getting balance it out with her overview of how the whole thing came together. Like I said, brother, I'm very proud of you. I think you did a great job, and I'm glad that people are responding positively to the movie, and I'm glad that you got a chance and showed the world some of the talents, the natural talents that you have, because people sometimes try to put us in a box and think that we're limited to just one particular thing or whatever, or just their view of us. And I think this is gonna open up a lot of people's eyes to who Rasta Tiba is, what his talents are, and how unlimited those talents are. You know what I mean? And how great they are. So thank you for unbelievable character that you created, and I'm sure it's gonna go down in the history books as one of those great iconic characters that people are gonna recall for generations, or for years to come. You know what I'm saying? So you stamped your book, definitely. You stamped your name in the book, brother. Let's just support each other and try to make this thing continue to grow and do what we're doing. But Rasta T, I want to thank you again. Anything else you want to say to the public before we chip out? I think Sakina is just calling in right now, and
What I want to say to the world, just continue to support TEHUT9 and Sunra Sun Production Company and TEHUT9tv to the world. And I say again to all Jamaicans and to the world, this one is one of the classic. And the people them on the road at the years. Big up.
Big up, big
I
up.
want to move them and go down.
Yes, Rasta.
Yeah.
Yes, Rasta. Well, we give thanks for that, and we give thanks for you, and you know what I mean. Let's just keep it going, brother. All right.
Yes, Malaya. More power.
More
And
power
that's
all the
it.
time.
Yeah, man.
All right, bless up.
Alright.
All right, so that was Ras Atiba from the movie What Goes Around, and the movie's available once again. For those who haven't gotten a copy yet, you could get your copy online at sunrason.com. That's sunrason.com. It doesn't matter where you are, we will ship it out to you. We'll get it out to you. So you know, just if you can support, it's $14.99. Shipping, you know, depending on where you are, the price varies, but you know, it's very reasonable. You can also get it off facebook.com/sunrason. That's sunrason/shop. So facebook.com/sunrason/shop, or you just go straight to the website, which is sunrason.com. That's www.sunrason.com. Right now, we're going to try to reach out to Sakina Samuda, who played Lucille in the movie. So let's reach out to her and see if we could get her and talk a little bit about you know, the role she played also in the movie. Okay, and just hang with us for a little bit, and let's see if we get Sakina. Sakina Samuda, you are live on the air. We're here on TEHUT9 TV talking about the movie What Goes Around, and Sakina Samuda is one of the lead characters in this film. We want to talk to her for a few minutes. Sakina, are you good to talk?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. So let me show you all this movie again. This is the movie right here, What Goes Around. This is Sakina Samuda, the beautiful. You know, she played Lucille in the movie, and I'll just let her introduce herself and talk a little bit about her character and then we'll get into it a little bit. So go ahead, Sakina. Tell us a little bit about yourself and about your character.
Hi everyone. I'm Sakina. I play the character Lucille, girl that is, I guess you could say she has low self-esteem. Beautiful girl, low self-esteem. She was abused as a child, so she has some issues with men. She's a character that everyone loves to hate. And I think people watch the movie, but they really paid attention because she pretty much explained why she is the way she is.
Yes,
And
she did.
I mean, a lot of women. There are a lot of Lucille's out there,
A lot.
and there are a lot of warning signs out there, like women that goes through the same thing that she does. So I'm kind of sympathetic. I don't hate her, you know. I understand her and why she is the way she is.
Okay.
You know, when a woman is abused or going through child molestation, it taints the person, you know. I mean, there's so much I could say about this woman. Oh God.
Well, so earlier we talked. We just finished talking with Rasatiba. Earlier we talked with Noah, and he talked about how you prepared for his character and how, you know, he would sometimes call you and y'all would work on you know, the scenes that you had together and just try to develop that chemistry, so when you got in front of the camera, you know, it would be, you know, somewhat, you know, organic. And given that you guys were in two different locations, he was in New York and you were in Florida, tell me a little bit about how you developed and how you worked on preparing for your role in this movie. And was this your first film?
Yeah, we just developed a little bit of bond, you know.
Yes.
So it was pretty much easy, and I mean, me as acting, I love what I do. I loved it.
Yes.
So I'm the kind of person that once I get when I'm supposed to do something, I just throw myself into it. I love acting, and I would just surrender my real self and throw myself into the character. No matter what it is, or no matter what role I'm playing, I will do it.
Mm-hmm.
No matter, I'm not afraid. I'll throw myself into the art. I love it.
There you go.
You know.
There you go.
And when I work with somebody that is the same, it's easy.
Yes. Yes.
You know.
Mm-hmm. So Sakina, do you remember the first tell us some about a memory you had, during the pre-production phase, or during even going back as far as the casting call. Tell us about, some things that just, stuck with you. Things that you will always remember about, what it was like to be on set, or just, being a part of this whole process to making this movie.
Say that again?
I'm saying, do you have any
I'm on the road, so.
Okay, okay. I was saying, give us a sense of what it was like, for you, any indelible memories, anything that stood out with you, anything that you just like, you feel like you will always remember as that special moment, or just certain whatever, something that happened, during the making of the film, or while you were on set, or even going back as far as the casting call, like. What is something that stands out with you?
Something that stands out with me during the making of a film?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would have to say it was with one of the cast members who's no longer with us.
Mm-hmm.
He passed away before he was able to complete filming his role. And I remember we were on set in the morning, and we filmed all the way till 5 the next morning. And he was, as a matter of fact, he was standing between you and I. You're the director.
Mm-hmm.
And he was standing between us, and you said action. And, it was a scene with Carrie Ann and Denzel in the car. They were filming.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just standing there watching, and he had his hand on your shoulder, and he was praying. I'll never forget that.
Mm-hmm.
He was praying, and I was there watching him, and then when he was done, and I'm like, what are you doing? And he smiled and said he was just praying, and like a couple days later, they murdered him,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I was so heartbroken. He flew to Washington, and I heard that he was gone.
Mm-hmm.
And that just stuck with me. I just never forgot that. And to this day, sometimes I wonder what was he saying, because I could just see him closing his eyes, and he was just whispering and praying to himself. And I always wonder what was it that he was saying,
Yeah,
I just never forget that. That was a time I just never forget it.
I remember that
Never.
night, and I remember that moment too. It was a very strong spiritual moment, because
Yeah.
he was basically telling me that he knew that what I was trying to do was tough. He knew it was hard, and he told me that he said T9 may help you. You know what I mean? I got you. I'm gonna help you. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry. I'm gonna help you. And he was just such a pure and I don't know, man. I that brother right there, man. I miss him.
I know. I'm feeling sad right now.
And I feel so sad. Just
He's not even here to see the movie. He wasn't able
and
to
he was,
complete it.
a lot of people don't know this, but he was one of the first person to give me any real support towards making this film real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, he will always have a special place in my heart and in my mind and in my memory.
Yeah.
And this movie is dedicated to him. And I hope that he's proud of how it turned out, how it came out. It's been a long journey, Sakina. You know how long it's been, but the movie is finally out now. I don't wanna to wallow too much in the sad moments. I always also want to talk about this time of celebration that we're also in, because it's like a child coming into the world. You know what I'm saying? We're celebrating the birth of this movie, or the publicity of it. And
Yeah.
it's been about 2 weeks now, but what has been the feedback you're getting from people that that have gotten it, that have seen it, that know you? What's the feedback you get?
I mean, they love it. Everyone that I know that watched it, they love it.
Mm-hmm.
I even had to tell someone, like, don't burn my DVD. Someone wanted a copy of my, I'll ship it to them. Just don't burn it, because they love it. Like, people that watch it, they want a copy.
Yeah.
I mean, people love it, and there's a lesson to be learned. It can save someone's life.
Yes.
It wakes you up.
Yes.
You're living in this world, and you're just so happy-go-lucky, enjoying your life and doing all these things. But I mean, you really got to be careful out there. And this movie, I think, will save a lot of lives. A lot of people love it. Everyone that I know that saw it, they loved it.
What are some of the things they're saying, though?
Well, well, there are people people questioning their relationship.
Really?
They hate me. They hate me. And I'm like, listen, that character isn't real.
It was just a character.
Even my own sister, like, my God, you are bad. Like, that's not real.
But you know what that means, though? That means you did a good job. That means you did a good job.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll take that.
No, that means you did such a, because if you didn't do a good job, they wouldn't have anything to hate about you. They would just, only thing they'd hate is that you did a bad job. But they don't necessarily hate you. They hate the character that you made so real to them, because what I mean.
But but one of the feedback was for someone telling somebody that if they see me in real life, they're gonna F me up. Like, really? That's a character. The character's not even real. It's just a movie. Like, really? Come on.
But
damn, you have to go into witness protection. You have to go into witness protection because of this movie. Come on, really?
Oh my God.
Come on, really?
Oh my God. Yeah, somebody said if they say, yo, that girl Lucille.
In real life.
They say, a girl Lucille, anyone must see her now.
You're gonna mess me up in real life. Like, first of all, I'm not
She's
Lucille.
not Lucille.
Tequila is just a person playing Lucille. This is not real. I mean, they are a couple. They're. I mean, it's real life situation,
Yeah. I just think.
But come on.
When it's so visceral, when the reactions are so strong, it's just telling you how good of a job you did, that you made this character so believable, that people stopped seeing you and only saw the character. And that's what, to me, that's the essence of being a good actor. You know what I'm saying? When you disappear and the character appears. You understand what I'm saying? Because a lot of times when you see movies where the acting is so terrible, it's because you can see the people trying to act. You could feel like, damn, they're counting their words. It sounds so robotic. So that's why I was interested in knowing what was your process. How did you prepare for the for being in your first movie? I mean, was it terrifying? What was that? What was it like?
No, it wasn't terrifying. I mean, acting is something I always loved. I always took drama when I was younger. I took American musical theater when I was in high school, and I've taken acting workshops here and there. I mean, it's something I always loved. And honestly, when I was in high school, I was going through a lot of stuff, and I was in a dark phase, and I'm depressed. And that is, acting was where I found happiness. I could go on stage and I could just, I don't know. It was therapy for me.
Therapy, yep.
Mm-hmm. Acting was therapy for me, and I'm not gonna lie to you. It saved my life. I just loved it. I always loved the arts.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nothing for me. Like, I mean, I could go to a casting and get booked for a job, and they tell me, play this part. Can you do this? And I'm not shy. I will do anything. You want me to play a crackhead? I will play a crackhead. You want me to play You want me to play some butch dyke girl? I will do it. Like I literally abandoned Sakina, put her over somewhere in the corner, and become that character.
How do you do that though? People want to know, how do you do that? What is your process? How do you just how do you jump? How do you jump from person to personalities like that? Like, you know what I'm saying? What is it? Just memorizing the lines? Is it something more like what is your process? I mean, or is it just organic? You just figure, okay, this is the.
It's organic. It's organic. I'm not afraid.
Yeah.
Fear. When it comes to acting, the fear, I don't fear it. I just take it on.
And
what's the process? I don't know how to explain it.
And I have to
really
say,
don't.
so tell us.
I just do it.
Do you remember what it was like the first time you saw the movie? And was it? Tell us what that was. What was that like? Was it what you thought it was gonna be? Was it surprising? Was even though you had acted in the movie and you had the script and everything,
Okay.
Tell us about the experience.
But I didn't know the ending, so I was just as surprised as everybody else.
Because I didn't give it an end in the script.
That's what it was, right? Because I do remember being on set, and then after I read the script and I memorized all my lines. I remember a day when we filmed the bedroom scene with Denzel and Lucille. That day, you handed me a script, a paper, and I had to memorize these things on set. And I'm like, but this wasn't a part of the script, and I was asking a bunch of questions and nobody would give me any answers. So I was just as surprised when I watched the movie, and I had no idea. I was a part of the ending, but I had no idea what was going on. So I was just as shocked. I was just as shocked as everybody else. It was amazing. It was amazing. It was amazing.
Yeah, that was something.
I was just as shocked and just as upset and just as like, wow, damn, you are crazy. You are crazy. I tell you, you're crazy.
Well, you know what, Sakina, we have much more in lined up to do. I really enjoyed working with you. I thought you were very professional. I thought you always came prepared, and you just said there was no fear. I didn't sense any fear or inhibitions in you, and so I respected that about you, and I'm very proud of you. I think you did a great job. I think people people who will feel your character and feel strongly about your character and strongly about how well you portrayed, the story through that character, and you were amazing. Now, is there anything that you take away from this that you feel that you could communicate to other women? Anything from the movie that you've taken away from it that you could communicate to other women that you think would be of benefit to them? Like,
say that again?
What do you take away from this movie, right? And it's not a documentary. I don't want people to think it's a movie. You know what I mean? It's just a very, how do you say? How would you describe it?
It's educational.
It's educational. It's a very educational.
Movie is educational, and the characters we play, it's a movie, but people are living it every single day.
Yeah, it's educational.
Every single day.
But it's not preachy, and it's not boring, and it's not, it's entertaining. Yeah.
And but people, there are people. I'm sure a lot of people can relate. It's a serious issue. What we're talking about here is a serious issue. A lot of people can relate. There are people living that lifestyle every single day, and it's just like a little wake-up call to say, hey, take a step back and look at what you're doing and be careful. And also the child molestation part. I mean, life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
Indeed.
I mean, you have a lot of grown women, a lot of grown men that are out there acting crazy and doing all these things, but that craziness was rooted somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And if we don't protect our kids, it's gonna be a cycle going on and on and on all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes it's not good to be so judgmental when you see a person become a certain way in life, because they've been through some traumatic experience, and that's what makes them the way they are today.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
So
Indeed.
it's real.
It's very, very real indeed.
And I just hope when people watch this movie, they really listen to Lucille and really listen to her, and because she's like, she basically explained why she is the way she is. I mean, she didn't come out and say, this is what happened and this is why I'm doing this. But if you pay attention, like, it's a movie where I feel like you could watch, you'd have to probably to really get it if you're not paying attention, because people get so caught up in the drama as it elevates, you know, that they forget how the character was developed and what they spoke about and everything. So just pay attention. And that's what happens in the world every day. Sometimes where our kids are crying out for help and we don't pay attention. And then when something goes wrong, you want to blame them, you want to beat them down, and then you judge this person.
But you don't know what their experiences are. What the experiences have driven them to be the way they are. I get it.
Exactly.
I definitely agree, and that was one of the things I was trying to craft in the character Lucille, is just tell a story, but always try to tell a story from a balanced perspective. You know what I'm saying? Because it's easy to create like stereotypical characters.
Yeah.
Some girl that's cheating
Yeah, it's
and
very easy.
you know what I'm saying? But what
Yeah.
a lot of times we don't give no context to why people do what they do. Yeah. So I'm glad you mentioned that, and you really like talked about it, and I do believe this is a movie that people can watch multiple times, and
Yeah.
but I talked to Atiba a while ago, and I talked to Noah earlier, and of course they told their versions of things, and what did you think of like the acting from your point of view, from like what do you think of Noah's acting and Atiba's acting, and what I'm saying, and some of the other actors? What do you think? Who really like who do you really who was magnetic to you?
I'm gonna say Sylvester acting was magnetic to me.
Sylvester, played by Flipper Mafia.
Flipper Mafia, because to me he was like a natural,
And
he was like his acting was one of my favorites.
Okay. You ever seen it? You ever seen in particular?
The scene of there's a scene with him and Adonis when they were in a bar playing pool, and Adonis was talking about his married life, and Sylvester was upset that he's married to this woman and he was just gonna be with her and only her, and he's a one-woman man, and he was just annoyed with the conversation he was having with Adonis, and then he walked away and said he was gonna go get a drink because it was so like a fussy or whatever, and it was so unnatural. And even what I loved with Flipper is the scene with him and Noah. They have a good chemistry on camera. It just seems so organic, so real, and he was just comfortable. I mean, he was great.
Yes, indeed.
Great, and he was like one of my favorite actors in the movie, because he was great. He did a great job, hands down. He did a great job. He was my favorite.
Okay. Anybody? Let's talk about Noah. How did Noah do?
Noah was good too. Noah was good. It was natural. It was organic between. I wasn't uncomfortable. Noah was good too. I liked working with Noah. He did a great job.
Good job. And
he did.
And you as well. Everybody's gonna talk about your character. I think your character is gonna go down in the history books as one of those iconic characters.
Boy.
It's kind of the same thing I told Atiba, as far as the who did it.
And he was good too. Like when I was even watching his part in the shop when he was educating those other people about the World Health Organization, and I'm like, this man is spitting some truth. Like, everybody was so comfortable. I had fun on set. It was fun. I'm glad I met all those people. You know, it was a lot of positive energy. I loved it. I would do it again. I
Yes,
hope to
so
work with you again. I would love to work with you again.
oh well, gear up, my
And
sister,
you
gear up.
know, you're a great writer, huh?
Oh, thank you. Don't stop. Keep going. Let's hear what else you got to say about
You're a
TEHUT9.
great writer. And listen, I have, it's so funny. I was talking to somebody about you today,
Oh
and
yeah.
about the movie, and I'm like, man, this man, I've read a couple of your scripts, and I'm like, I'm just waiting for you to just put it out there, because you are a great writer, and what I love about you, you just love messing with people's head. You love it. I love it. I love it. But I can't wait for you to start the next project, because you have some great scripts. I think I read like 3 of your scripts already, and they are phenomenal.
I appreciate that, my sister.
And
I
I
really
can't
do.
wait to see it on screen. Whether I'm in it or not, I just want to see it on screen. I can't wait. I'm excited. I can't wait.
Well, I tell you what.
So get to stepping.
I tell you what. I'm excited about working with you again, and I know that's
Yeah.
gonna happen. Very very soon. I have some stuff that I just gotta get some things organized and get all my ducks lined up in the right order, and again, people, if you want to get this movie, that we've been talking about all night tonight, what goes around, you can get it off my website at sunrasun.com. It's I have actors that are from different parts of the country. Sakina is down there in Florida. She has it down there. Noah's in New York. He has it up there. Atiba's up in New York. And we have a small distribution company that's hopefully gonna do major things to help us to get it out across the country and into the hands of those who would like to purchase it. But in the meantime, if you haven't gotten it yet, make sure you go to the website right now. www.sunrason.com and purchase a copy. Support us. It was independently produced, independently financed. It's by black people, for black people, and everybody can watch this movie. Really, you know what I'm saying? Everybody can watch this movie. It doesn't matter if you're from the Caribbean. It doesn't matter if you can. This is a movie that I think everybody. Would you agree? Everybody could watch this movie.
Of course. Everyone.
So
Caribbean,
support.
Black, white, Spanish, as long as you know English, you can watch it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a proud black man. I love my people, love my culture. So I always say for black, by black, but it's for everybody. Everybody could watch this movie. You could support this movie, and we'd really appreciate it. We want to keep on making films. We want to keep on telling our story and tell them with an authentic from an authentic place where we're not always spooning and buffooning, and you know what I'm saying, we don't have to always be playing up to the stereotypes. You know what I mean? So for me as a writer director, Sakina, I really enjoy like telling stories that people can relate to. You know what I mean? Because I'm a big fan of movies. I love watching movies. I love stories, really. Good stories.
Yeah.
So when I started making movies, that was one of the things that I was psyched about. I wanted to make sure that whatever I was doing, I never compromised telling a good story. Whether I had the money or the equipment or even the proper training, I'd make sure that I anchored always everything on the story. Because if you have the best camera and the best director of photography or all the technical people in the world, but you have a bad story, that's what's going to come across. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I feel like that's what has anchored me and has kept me on solid ground from the first film to all the way to this one. From Foreign to Bashment and now to What Goes Around. So I really appreciate all the people who supported me already, and if you can get one, if you can support, just go support. It's sunrasun.com. All right. Sakina, anything else you want to say? Anybody you want to big up, shout out?
No, just thank you. If you got the movie, thanks for your support. And if you don't have it, go to sunrasun.com and get yourself a copy. You know.
Thank you,
And
thank you, thank
that's
you.
pretty much it. Thank you.
Yeah, we want to give a big shout out again to Johnny Blacks down there in Florida. Want to also give a big shout out to Island Entertainment, Mr. Mark Ricketts, who is helping us to distribute this film. Also want to give a big shout out to VP Records, who's gonna come on board and help us with some of the distribution, and you know, all the actors, all the cast, all the crew members, you know, Chris Kayla, out there in New Mexico, Arvin Ragaputi,
Patrick.
yeah, Patrick, you know, Giovanna Nazi, Drizzle, you know what I'm saying? There's so much people that helped us along the making of this film, and you know, Winston Haywood again, Alton Ashman, you know, I couldn't have done this thing without you guys.
Mark.
And Mark, oh my God, Mark Stewart.
Mark
May
Stewart.
rest
Oh
in
my
peace.
God,
There's so
Yeah.
much. It's like we could be here all night talking about, you know, the journey that we've been on over the last 8 years in making this movie and bringing it to the public. And so I'm very proud of all the actors, you know, and everybody that participated. And you know, right now we're in the next phase where we're trying to get this thing distributed and out there. So help us to spread the word. Share this on your Facebook page. You know, let people know about it. And you know, again, if you can support a copy, support sunrasun.com. And there's many ways to support. You know, Sakina, it's not always about a dollar. You know, you can tell somebody about it. You can share it, like we say. You know what I mean? So the support, you know, any way you can, we appreciate it. Sakina, I want to thank you again. I'm sure we'll be talking again pretty soon. But I want to thank you for calling in, and you know, amazing job once again. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. All right. So that was Sakina Samuda. Thank you, Sakina. Bye.
All right. Bye, y'all.
So that was Sakina Samuda. We're gonna shut it down right now. Want to thank you for tuning in. This is the TEHUT9 TV, where we inspire thought, provoke thinking. We want you to switch your mind on, keep it switched on, because you know what I mean, that's what's gonna make the difference. Thank you again, everybody. Peace out.